This episode was brought to you by Tony Boy's Sandwich House. If you listen to this podcast, you know I only talk about places I genuinely love, and Tony Boy's Sandwich House is one of them. They opened right here in Livingston in 2017, and I've been a customer since day one. My go-to order, the salon salad, but you definitely have to add pickles, the number 2 sandwich, and the West Coast. But you really can't go wrong with anything. Cheesesteaks, subs, homemade chicken cutlets, chopped salads, and they have great catering too. Tony Boy's is growing fast with locations in Madison, Montville, Montclair, and Cranford coming soon, and they're even offering more franchising opportunities. Visit TonyBoys.com for all the info, and if you're eating in, mention Foods Are Podcast for 10% off your order. Tony Boys, great sandwiches and community wherever they go.
This is Behind the Counter.
Behind the Counter.
With the Food Zone. Here's Heidi.
Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Counter with the Food Czar, which is me, Heidi Blum. I am so lucky to be sitting where I'm sitting today at a beautiful restaurant/event space looking out onto New York City, sitting by the water with the one, the only, you know him as Chef RD, but I'm sitting with Ryan DePersio, the man, the myth, the legend. How was that intro?
That is nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure if I am a legend whatsoever, but I'll take it if you're going to say it.
I think so. Listen, your cousin Samantha, who cuts my hair at Antonio's, plug for Antonio's, has been talking about you nonstop. And Melissa, who colors my hair also.
Nice.
So
nice.
they've been...
Samantha is definitely one of my biggest cheerleaders from a very young age since I started cooking, as a kid.
So I want to talk about your journey.
Yeah, for sure.
Nutley boy, which I know. But let's just describe really where we're sitting for people who are listening and not watching.
So we are sitting on the outdoor patio at Battello. We are very fortunate that we finally have gotten great weather. And we have close to 40, 50 seats outside. But we also have the doors open to the inside patio. And we are very, very happy to be here, for sure.
I mean, the helicopter flying. It's just phenomenally gorgeous, and it brought my heart rate from 120 down to about 60, just sitting at the water.
It's a feel-good moment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, Ryan, I've been doing these podcasts for a while now, and a lot of the chefs or restaurant owners that I talk to have started with you, which is a few good ones,
yes.
Great ones, and that's what makes you even more interesting. Obviously, I've eaten at Fascino when you had that in Montclair, and like I said, from Samantha. So I am so happy to be sitting here with you, and honored, by the way. But I'd love to hear about your journey to getting to where you are now, which you seem to be sitting in a very sweet spot, no pun intended.
I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate. Cory, Joe, and I, my business partners who operate Battello, Ember and Eagle, TillingHouse, and the soon to open Barchino. We are an amazing team, and we have really good teams at all of our locations that we hire the right people that care. We put systems in place. And, though I keep trying to say that we need to make changes to grow a little faster, we're still working a couple nights a week in the restaurants because we love it so much.
Sure.
We're not there every night,
Yep.
but we're there, and it helps our teams see that we're willing to pick up the mop, when needed.
Well, and also I'm sure it's hard to let go completely, right?
I could do it. I'm 23 years in.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of who you hire.
Yeah.
Hire people better than you.
Yeah.
If they're willing to work for you and see your vision,
Yep.
who cares if they can be better than you? You want that.
Yeah. They're only going to make it even more successful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as they're willing, again, to see the vision, drink the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Joe always uses that, and I do really appreciate that. And it may sound not great, drink the Kool-Aid, because of the way,
No, it's actually a great expression because it just means you are on board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We want people that are on board. Chef Dennis at Ember and Eagle, and Chef Giancarlo here at Battello. They're not just like my employees; they're my friends. We really enjoy being together. They both have traveled and cooked with me across the country, and I think creating that camaraderie within your team is super important.
Yeah, and
it helps the business flourish.
So let's kick it back to Nutley, New Jersey.
Yeah,
little Ryan DePersio.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of stories there. I can only imagine.
I was not a bad kid, but I wasn't a good kid.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Sure. Like not good in school?
Both. I was not good in school.
Gave your mom some troubles.
I gave more than my mom some trouble. I was diagnosed ADD.
Yep.
10 years old. Definitely struggled in school. More about just not paying attention. But I always loved to cook. My mom was a recipe developer for women's magazines.
Wow.
Ladies' Home Journal. She did cookbooks for recipes for Dr. Atkins cookbooks.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she was a collaborator on his books. Food was in our blood. My grandfather was a contractor.
Okay.
But he cooked every Sunday. We ate at my grandfather's house every Sunday. Fresh gnocchi, cavatelli, stuffed artichokes, seafood salad, roasted chestnuts, like all the Italian accoutrements that we're sitting at.
It's funny. I was just in Italy, and roasted chestnuts is a thing. I never knew that was an Italian thing.
Yeah.
And I love that you said cavatelli, not gavadil.
Yeah, no. No, I try to use the proper. It's fun to use it when you want.
Yes, of course.
But the proper. I lived in Italy for 4 months, and though I don't speak Italian, I can say the words properly when need to.
So it was your grandfather that was cooking, or your grandmother, or both?
It was both of them, but my grandfather really, really did most of it and had so much love for cooking. And this was my mother's side.
Okay.
But the funny thing is that my parents have been together since they're 13 or 14 years old.
Yep.
And my Nana Grace, which was my great-grandmother on my father's side.
Okay.
From Italy, my grandfather on my mother's side would hang out with my Nana Grace.
Oh,
and learn how to cook from her. And it just, it was just in their blood. And don't forget, or I didn't say this, my grandfather's father, so my great-grandfather on my mother's side, had a restaurant in Newark called Paul's Lunch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my grandfather and all his siblings worked there.
Is that like when everyone immigrated over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
my
amazing.
grandfather was born, I want to say in the late 20s or early 30s.
Yeah.
So, this was the 40s and 50s.
Wild.
Probably the 40s that he had this, I don't know why he called it Paul's Lunch, because it was open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it was an Italian restaurant, and my great-grandfather cooked there, and so it's definitely in our blood to be in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's amazing.
So in high school, the bad part is that, I used my dad. I had my father's voice, so I'd call in and say my son's not going to school today, and I'd cut school. I'd write and forge letters.
We would have been friends.
I, drank and smoked pot in high school, and it's just like
normal high school. By the way, that's normal high school stuff.
It is normal, but I didn't have a focus on anything. I didn't even know.
Was college in your? No.
Matter of fact, one of my old friends' dads was a truck driver for Pepsi, and he knew that I was not into college or anything, and he was trying to guide me. He didn't know about the cooking, and I didn't know that cooking was an opportunity at the time, say 15 years old. And he was like, I'm going to get you into Pepsi as soon as you graduate. He's like, you'll start at $20 an hour.
Yep.
He's like, and, at the time, I would say if I was 15, his dad was probably in his 50s.
Yeah.
And he was like, I make $125,000 a year. He's like, it's good pay. You support your family. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then my mother, introduced me to the Food Network. Celebrity chefs, Emeril Lagasse,
Yep.
Bobby Flay. It really pulled me in. And
So were you, at 15, were you starting to cook?
I started cooking at like 10, 11, 12.
Really?
Yeah.
With your grandparents or
My
with your mom?
My mother. My
Okay.
mother. So originally, we were latchkey kids.
Yep.
Both of my parents worked. And my mother would set up the entire meal where all I had to do was pop it in the oven.
Okay.
She'd leave instructions. And then as I got a little older, say 12 years old, she would write a recipe out. She'd have it partially prepped, but then I would finish it.
It's amazing.
And then I was 13, 14, and then I started cooking on my own. And at 15, she was like, this could be a career for you.
Wow.
Introduced me to the Food Network. And at 16, I started washing dishes in a restaurant.
Where? Do you remember?
Yes. I was washing dishes at Cafe Saint Honoré. Joe Citrullo was actually, his wife was in our church, and I knew them as a kid, and they brought me in did washing dishes in the basement of this coffee shop. And then, so this was like 6 months into being 16.
Yeah.
I got my license, and then I was it. I was working there as a dishwasher. I was making salads at an Italian restaurant. I was delivering pizza 3 nights a week at a Rocky's Pizzeria in Nutley. I worked 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. Sorry, I also worked at a catering company, Bella Casa Caterers in Belleville, New Jersey.
Wow.
So I worked 7 days a week. Even if like delivering pizza was 3 hours.
Yeah.
I worked 7 days a week. I was obsessed with the food, obsessed with making money.
Wow. So then you graduate from high school.
Graduated high school 2 weeks.
Congratulations that you did that.
I know.
And then did you go to culinary school?
It's funny that you say congratulations on graduating high school because I never went to 8th grade. I stayed back in 7th grade because I failed summer school. And I only failed summer school because I didn't do the work.
Yeah.
So I went to 7th twice, and then they gave me some kind of aptitude test.
That kicked you forward to 9th grade?
Kicked me forward to 9th grade, so I ended up staying with my class.
You were like a genius then.
No. I joke with my father saying that he definitely paid them off to get me to go back to...
Oh, my God. Get him out of my house and into school.
And then 2 weeks after high school, I went to New York Restaurant School in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And it was a 18-month program. 6 months in, you start working full-time.
Yep.
Not full-time, but part-time. And I was working at a restaurant called Manzu, which is where Lore Fish Bar is now.
Okay.
And it was owned by Matthew Kenny, who was a famous chef at the time.
Sure.
He had like 8 restaurants in New York City.
Yeah.
Adam Perry Lang was the chef de cuisine, who is a very famous barbecue chef in Los Angeles now.
Yep.
And he was trained in all, French, cooking, but got obsessed with barbecue. And now he's like the king.
Who can blame him, by the way?
Yeah, it's amazing. But anyway, I worked at Manzu while I was in cooking school. And then after I graduated, I went to go work for David Boulay at Boulay Bakery in 1998.
Right at, it's like, that's
97, 98.
That was like it, right?
Yeah. Boulay Bakery was an interesting change for me from Manzu because it was, a French kitchen.
Yep.
I was working 70 hours a week and taking home $230.
Oh, my God. What were you doing? What was your position?
I was making clothes behind. No, I'm kidding.
It's like clothes.
No, I did the cold station and the entremet, which was the vegetable station, for 1 year.
Okay.
And it was tough because I was living at home and working those hours.
Yes.
So they would say, your schedule starts at 11 a.m., but for me to get my job done, I'd show up at 9:30 a.m.
Yep.
And we wouldn't leave the kitchen till midnight. And then once in a while, I would drive one of the sous chefs home that lived in Harlem.
Oh, my God.
So I'd get home like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
And turn it around again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
And I did.
Did you love it, though?
I loved the food. I loved the hustle.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on my 11th and a half month. I fell asleep at the wheel going to work.
Oh, like literally?
Almost hit a garbage. Like I dozed off and jumped, and I was like 10 feet away from hitting a garbage truck.
Holy shit.
And I just said, that's it. I need to move on and go somewhere else.
Okay.
And I met Bill Telepan at Monzu. He was a consultant there. And when I was at Boulay, he opened up Judson Grill. I don't know if you remember Judson Grill,
sure.
next to La Bernardin.
Yep.
And he got 3 stars in the New York Times.
Yeah.
And he was blowing up as a new American chef using local product. And I went to go talk to him, and he's like, I have a position for you. You should come here. My guys are only working 50 hours a week.
Amazing.
And it was more money. It was just like a no-brainer. It was midtown.
And were you now moving
to.
up in the line?
Yes, I didn't go to Garde Manger. I ended up going to vegetable and then fish.
Okay.
And I stayed there for a year and a half. And then one of the sous chefs there helped me go to France. So I went and lived in France, and I worked at a 1-star Michelin called La Brasserie.
In Paris?
In Paris.
Yeah.
I was there for, 3 months. And that was just like an apprentice. I just did whatever they told me to do.
Sure.
But it was so amazing. It was my first time in France, but it was also my first time being in a restaurant where the eggs, get delivered daily, and they're sitting outside, and the produce and the seafood got delivered daily.
It's such a different situation there. Yeah.
It was amazing. And the chef and owner was like, he was like 65, 70 and cooking on the line every day.
Wow.
It was impressive. It was a very special.
Is that restaurant still open?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was gonna say because we were just there a couple of years ago, but it just sounds.
No,
familiar. I guess La Brasserie sounds familiar for anybody.
Yes, yeah. And I would think that he is not alive anymore since it was 23 years ago.
Good point.
If he is, he's in his 90s.
Yeah.
But him and his wife ran the restaurant. And it was funny. They were like, where are you going to go work next? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I really want to go work for Danielle Blude or Jean-Georges. And they're like, Jean-Georges is amazing, I trailed at Danielle.
So you were there 4 months. You feel like you learned so
3
much.
months.
3
Yep,
months?
3 months. Came home. And
was that the plan, 3 months and home?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the plan. I was very, very homesick.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend back home that I missed. And it was just like I left everything that I loved for something that I loved.
Yeah.
And
then the time was up.
And then the time was up.
Yeah.
And but they say this, and I haven't been back, but when someone says that they were not very polite to Americans, for me, I didn't find them to be very polite to me.
Yeah.
In Paris, and I could definitely use the comparison because, we'll talk about this after or in a little bit, but 2.5 years later, I ended up going to Italy for 4 months.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
so I came home from Paris. I ended up trailing at Danielle Blude, Restaurant Danielle.
Yep.
I really wanted to work there, but they didn't call me back.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you have a relationship with him?
No.
From being at the bakery? No.
No, Boulay Bakery, Danielle
sorry.
Blude.
Yeah, thank you.
It does get mixed up.
Yeah, thank you.
And I did a trail. Danielle interviewed me in his skybox.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a call back, so I was like, okay. So I was trying to get into Jean-Georges, and it was really hard to get into Jean-Georges. And I went to Vang, which was Jean-Georges' French Thai restaurant.
Yep.
I loved Asian food. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to go trail there. I trailed there. They offered me the job immediately. I was there for about 3 months. And as much as I loved it, I was trying to come back to fine dining.
Yeah.
And Vang was amazing, but it was not fine dining. We were doing 390 covers on a Saturday night. It was fast-paced.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about Asian in that 3 months, but I still had that drive or that want for fine dining.
How old were you at this point? About?
I was 22.
Wow. I mean, you're young.
22, yeah.
Yeah, and it's amazing that that's what fine dining you're gravitating towards at that age.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I when I lived in Paris on my day off, I would go to a 2 or 3 star Michelin restaurant and eat by myself. And I was like, this is incredible. Tableside, carving.
Yes.
And it was just like, it was the
experience
I'm from
of it.
Nutley, all right?
Yeah.
Where they use the word cavadil
Yes.
and ergot. And, there was no idea of Michelin-star restaurants in our mindset.
Yeah.
But, so I went to Chef Pierre, who still works for Jean-Georges. He's at the Pierre Hotel.
Right.
And Pierre, I said to him, listen, I love it here, but I really want to eat I want to work in a Michelin-starred restaurant. I want to do like really extreme fine dining. And he was just like, well, he's like, let me talk to John George. He's like, because I think you're worth keeping. And he came to me a day later and said, John George wants to interview you. So John George sat down with me at John George, asked me a couple questions, and said, Pierre thinks that you're worth, bringing over here. Can you wait 2 more months? I said, sure, no problem. So I waited 60 days. They brought me into John George. I had to start from the bottom as a salad cook, garde cook. And I worked garde, hot appetizers, entremet, 2 fish, and fish.
Which is probably a huge deal there.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
big
time. I
could have or should have stayed even longer because there were so many more stations to go through. The entremet to meat station. I also worked in the main dining room kitchen and the Nougatine kitchen. I did a year in both of them.
Wow.
And I loved it there so much. And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't one of the best cooks there. I mean, the guys that I worked with are now either, Michelin cooks or, celebrity chefs that are, have restaurants in major cities.
Yeah.
And they're, they were amazing to be around,
Well, I'm sure you learned so much. I mean,
so
how
much.
do you not take all that in? Especially you're young, you're hungry, you're, you're in that mode.
100%.
Yeah.
But I also was just a guy that loved to hang out with my friends and stuff like that. So, balancing the two for me
was probably really hard.
Was hard, but also important to me.
Yeah.
So at the end of my 2.5 years, I went to Patrick Giovanni, who was the general manager at John George, and I knew he worked at Enoteca Pinchiori in Florence, Italy, which was a 3-star Michelin restaurant.
Okay.
Has one of the biggest wine lists in all of Italy.
Wow.
And I said to him, I want to go to Italy. Can you help me? And he made the call and got me an apprenticeship, and it was 4 months.
That's got to be life-changing.
It was amazing.
I literally just came from Florence, so that's got to be...
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I came home. That's where I wanted to stay.
Yeah.
I went there. I loved it. And we had a date set in place or a flight home already planned. So I came home and I said to my father, and I said, I'm going to save up some more money and I'm going to go back.
Oh, wow.
And I want to go work in a more casual restaurant now.
Okay.
I want to learn the authenticism of Italy, Italian cooking. And I valued my dad's opinion, and I will bust his balls till the day he dies.
Sure.
I have taken every piece of, advice from my father.
Uh-huh.
I wish I never took his advice on
don't go back.
Don't go back. You need to get a full-time job. You need to start building your future. And I should have went back.
Yeah.
I should have spent.
You still can.
I probably would have. No. Now with 3 kids and a wife.
Exactly.
And 3 businesses.
Yeah.
But yes, I am going back as a traveling. I'm actually going to be in Italy 15 days in May.
Wow.
Next month. I'll explain that. But I wanted to go back and I wanted to spend a full year. And there were 2 reasons. One, again, I wanted to see the traditionalism and authenticism.
Sure.
But I also wanted to speak Italian. And at the end of the 4 months that I was in Italy, I spoke Italian like a 2-year-old baby. But think about that.
Yeah.
I did that in 3 months.
Yeah.
So imagine if I was there for a year or 2.
Totally.
I would have spoke fluent in Italian. So, sorry, Dad. I take all your advice. But, that one, I wish I went back. I've been back. I actually went back in 2018. When the pier closed here, I went back and spent 2 weeks at a 1-star Michelin, Taverna del Capitano in Murano, which is the Amalfi Coast.
Wow.
And it was really nice because I was already a chef and owner of restaurants.
Sure.
But I got to go back and just put my head down and be a cook.
Oh
for
my God,
14 days.
which is amazing.
It was great.
And it's sort of that takes a lot of the pressure off of owning the restaurant. And,
I mean, I literally. The fishermen were literally pulling up on the boat on the beach where the restaurant sat, and the chef was just like, give me 5 of those and and like fish are still flapping. I mean, it's the freshest I've ever seen.
That's insane.
From dock
What is the fish
to
that
table.
they have there?
Scorpion fish, sepia, octopus. What else? Trying to think.
I mean, think about that. Like here, it's like salmon, tuna. We get.
Well,
yeah.
listen, a lot of people don't know this, but in the summer, we're getting within 100-mile radius, which is considered local.
Yeah.
We're getting black sea bass,
Yeah.
sea scallops.
Yes.
The oysters are coming from Barnegat.
Yes.
So the clams are coming from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
We
That's true.
we can't underestimate what we can get.
It's just
within
different waters. I mean, it's just different
Yeah.
waters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're there for, what'd you say, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, came home.
Yep.
And that's when we were like, oh, let's buy the Brielle River House in Brielle. Yeah.
So that was your first. Oh no, sorry,
No,
that was this. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got the timeline. I just got the timeline
We're going
confused,
back.
yeah.
Me coming back from Italy, from Florence, Italy.
Yeah, and then you were there just in 2018 from here. Got it.
But back in 2002, when I came back, I went to go work for Cafe Panache.
Okay.
Kevin Kohler.
Yep.
The great and late Kevin Kohler. Miss that guy very much. Cafe Panache is still going. His daughter, Christy.
Where is it?
Ramsey. It's been there for 35, 36 years.
Oh, wow.
And he died a couple
I
years
knew
ago.
I've heard of it. I just didn't know where it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't work there very long.
Yeah.
He hired me as a sous chef, and I was probably there for about 6 or 7 months. And the only reason why I didn't work there very long was because I was driving down Bloomfield Ave, coming from a haircut from Antonio's.
Yeah, Samantha.
No joke. I'm coming down Bloomfield Ave, and I see a for rent sign on 331 Bloomfield Ave in Montclair, New Jersey. And I pull over, and I kept a copy of a example menu I wanted in my car. And I walked in, I was like, hey, spaces for rent? And because somebody was in there.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, yeah, what are you looking to do? I said, a restaurant. He said, the owners don't want a restaurant here, so don't even bother. And I said, oh, okay. And I walked out, and I grabbed a copy of the menu.
Yep.
And I walked back in. I said, listen, I know this is not going to change anything. I said, but I'm not some greasy fast food joint. I said, I'm going to want to open up a scale restaurant.
Yeah.
Here's the menu. Tell the owners I worked in New York City for some of the best chefs in New York City and in Florence and Paris.
Yep.
Cocky as ever.
Yep.
But just was like, bam, here. And I got a call 48 hours later saying that they're interested in meeting you.
Was your goal always to have your own restaurant?
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
So that's all.
I'm a rule breaker.
Yeah.
I don't want to work for somebody telling me what to do.
Yeah.
I need to be on my own schedule, my own dreams,
Yeah.
my own. And honestly, now that I'm 23 years in, I've learned a lot better to work and play well with others.
Of course.
it's.
But back then, you're still young. And,
I was 20.
Yeah.
I was 24 years old, and
Is that how young?
when
you-
I found the space, I
Yeah.
was 24. I turned 25 in March. We signed the lease, and we opened on June 30th of 2003, which was my dad's birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Fascino.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was a diner there a few times. It was amazing, and it actually did change Montclair. I think it was one of those pivotal moments.
Thank you.
Don't you?
I mean, I'll never try to take...
I know you're going to say, but
I'm
I'm going to say it because this is like for me and my friends, this is when we were all moving out of the city and moving into the suburbs, and this is when Montclair was like, you were like, oh, we have Montclair.
Yeah.
Where do you go for a birthday? Fascino. Where do you go for an anniversary? You know what I mean? It just...
Yeah. That's a blessing and a curse.
Of course.
We became a destination restaurant.
Yep.
We were very, very busy the first 6 years. Don't forget, we were open for 20 years.
I did not know that. But my question to you is, when you opened, you've never opened a restaurant before?
No.
So who were you relying on to help you?
Me, my dad, my mother, and my brother.
Wow.
So I went to them about the space, and my mother always wanted to own like a cafe. And I said to her, listen, I said, I want to open a restaurant. I don't want to do pastries. I don't know anything about them.
Yep.
I don't want to think about them. And your desserts are great.
Yeah.
I said, so do you guys want to do something? My dad's like, no. My mother's like, behind curtains. My mom was like, we need to do this. I think this will be great. And, a lot of young chefs I know talked saying, Chef Ryan was handed a restaurant, I mean,
that's just...
It's always a thing but what a lot of people don't know is that my dad borrowed money against his house to do this.
Of course. And listen, you have to start somewhere.
It wasn't a bankroll that he had. He betted against his very troubled son.
But talented.
Talented, but troubled, meaning that, I got in a lot of trouble as a kid, and, but he bet against me and, or for me, I should say. And then when we started deciding to do it, my brother, who was a e-commerce analyst for Morgan Stanley, who worked in the restaurant business in college.
Oh wow! Okay.
He was a server.
Yeah.
But he loved fine dining. So when we were like teenagers, my dad would say, "Okay, your birthday's coming up. Where do you want to go?" And I would be like, "Gotham Bar and Grill."
Of course.
And my brother would be like, "Where do you want to go?" Union Square Cafe. And my mom, Picholine.
Yeah.
So we went to all these
which is amazing.
Yeah, like mid-90s.
My kids are not asking for that for their birthdays, trust me.
Mid-90s top restaurants. And we loved it. So my brother came and was like, hey, he's like, I want to manage the restaurant. So now this is all coming together. We called my father the unsilent partner. He had a printing company. And we put it together. I'm trying to think. We didn't. I don't remember hiring a designer or anything. I think we kind of.
But the space was really cool.
We designed the restaurant ourselves, and
I actually remember where I sat the first time I went.
Well, you're saying this is the first room?
Yeah.
Because the second room opened 2 years later.
Yeah. Oh.
So when you first walk in to the left.
Yep, is the main dining room.
All we had was 40 seats, 45 seats.
And then there's the right side.
Right side we opened 2 years later.
I think that's where I sat.
And that brought it to about 95 seats. We were open for 3 months. We opened. Got reviewed in the New York Times. We got an excellent, which was one shy of extraordinary.
Yep.
We got 3 stars in the New Jersey Monthly.
Yep.
We got 3 stars in everything, 3 or 3.5 stars in everything, and the restaurant was gangbusters. It was gangbusters.
Was the menu the same menu that you walked in to lease the space with?
Similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar, yes. I had an idea of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I evolved as cooking evolved.
Yeah, well, I would think. And I would think you learned so much from opening day.
I still learn today.
I'm sure you do.
Because there's so many new techniques. Everybody cooks different. If you work for John George, there's something you don't know that a cook could walk in here that learned from Danielle Ballou.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I am, like I said, when I went back and said that I hire people as good or better than me,
yeah,
it's because if you hire people that come from talented worlds,
yeah,
your restaurant, and give them an opportunity to make dishes with you,
yep,
collaborate with you,
yep,
it's a win-win.
Well, you had another Nutley boy working with you.
Well, yeah, so we opened Fascino together, Jamie Knott and I. We used to take the bus.
Oh, was Jamie there from day one?
2003, from day one. Jamie and I used to take the bus together into New York City. And
were you guys at the same culinary school too?
Well, he's 2 years younger than me, so...
Yeah. He doesn't look it. I'm just kidding. I have to say that, just in case he listens.
I was going to say something about the hair, but, we'll let that one slide. But anyway... yeah, so Jamie opened it with me. We were cooking side by side.
Wow.
And we had one other cook with us, Ernesto. Ernesto was an 18-year-old Mexican kid that walked in the door 2 months before we opened. And the three of us, He did salads. He actually did dish and salad, and he would run back and forth.
Crazy.
And he would run to the line and have Jamie and I taste it, tell us, we would say, poquito más sale, or, more acid,
Yeah.
and we did that for months. And then as we got busier, we hired some more people. But yeah, so Jamie spent a year with me. All right, I like to bust him and say it was 11 and a half months. He didn't finish his full year. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We had so much fun. Like, I'll never forget the day we got reviewed from the New York Times. We started taking off. I would take off on Monday. He would take off on Tuesday. He would cook by himself on the line on Monday, and I'd cook by myself on Tuesday. The review came out on Sunday night, and on Monday, I happened to stop in the restaurant, and I came like dressed in nice clothes because I think I was going to go meet some friends afterwards.
Yeah.
I had like a white Dolce & Gabbana tight shirt, and he starts getting killed. And he'll always joke about this. I didn't want to screw up my shirt.
Of course.
So I took my shirt off and put an apron on and cooked the whole night with no shirt on and an apron.
Oh, my God.
Like a bunch of juches.
Totally.
Yeah, we have some amazing memories. Ernesto ended up working for me on and off for, God. So he worked at Fascino on and off for 10 years. He worked at Battello for almost 3 years.
Wow.
Now he's a chef for, Meanie sold, I don't know if you know Meanie from a couple restaurants in Montclair, Luisa's, and he had, I'm having a brain fart, but Ernesto is a very talented chef that is a good friend of mine that I don't get to see very often.
That's amazing.
So Jamie went through the rank. He was already talented. Any guy that came through here, because I know you mentioned earlier that there were people that worked for me.
Yeah. Well, Sam Stymus.
Sam Stymus from Sam's Table.
Mary Kumela.
He was a high school guy, a high school kid that, worked as a prep cook. Mary and Logan, who now own Joy and Mia, were Fascino. Again, Logan worked at Gramercy Tavern. So I get the benefit of talented people that already came in and get to say, oh, well, you work for Ryan. But these guys...
They worked somewhere else before you.
They were talented,
Yeah.
I got the honor of having them work for me.
Yeah.
Even Robbie, Robbie came from Vegas.
Robbie Felice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came from Vegas. Super talented. Funny story between the two of us is that I had a restaurant called Barchino in Bloomfield. He was 18 years old.
Yeah.
He came in for dinner with his parents, and my mother was talking to them, and our mothers, my son's in the kitchen. Well, our son's going to cooking school. And then, we met and we became friends on Facebook and we talked. We talked while he was in Vegas, sent friends out, took care of my friends at a Mario Batali restaurant. And when he came back, he had his mindset on opening a place, but needed to work. And he worked part-time. It was literally 14 years ago when I opened Battello. I needed somebody to be on the line at Fascino, and we did a collaborative dinner together, and we had fun, and I was like, do you want to come work here a couple nights a week? So he worked Fridays and Saturdays, and I feel like he worked like one other day, but he worked part-time at Fascino for a year, and then he found Viaggio and opened Viaggio.
Wow.
And then that's it. The kid hit the ground running,
I would say,
fast and furious.
Sprinting, yeah, exactly. I said to you earlier before we started the interview is you feel like a New Jersey hub where a lot of the talented chefs who came from the city and then moved over to New Jersey sort of came through you. I know you're not going to say that, but that's what it feels like to me.
I'm honored that these people have came through Fascino and flourished because it only makes me look bad. It makes me look good.
That's why I'm sitting here, So Fascino, 20 years, what happens?
So when the pandemic happened, we struggled and we definitely made it work.
Yeah.
And that's when, Mary came in and then Logan came in and, a little over 3.5 years ago when they were working at Fascino, we were struggling, but I always made it work. I always did things to make it work.
Sure.
But I had to do it myself.
Right.
And I truly did. I did wine dinners. I did takeout stuff for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I did like holiday things. I always managed to do the extra things, but I had to be there to do it.
Yep.
Or at least I thought I did.
Well, yeah, and it's yours because it's yours. Yeah.
And we started negotiating our new project at Ember and Eagle.
Okay.
In Eatontown at Sun Eagles Golf Course. When we signed that deal, this was a 30,000 square foot space.
It's a restaurant on a golf course?
It's a restaurant and an event venue on a golf course in this like Tudor-style mansion-looking building.
Insane. Is it a good golf course?
Yeah, Sun Eagles Golf Course is beautiful. They put millions of dollars into it. It's a private golf course. And
maybe they want me to come play. I'm club champ.
Oh, I can get you in for sure. But the restaurant and the event space is open to the public.
Okay.
The event space can fit up to 350 people inside and out. We have a turf that we can sit 400 people for a ceremony.
So at this time, you still, your lease was up at Fascino.
My lease wasn't up.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if I had it in me to continue and give it my all at Ember.
While this was happening. Okay, so they were happening, everything was happening at the same time.
I was signing the deal. It was under construction.
Yep.
I knew that Mary and Logan wanted to open something. And I said to Mary, why don't you take over?
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I did to generate, income for the restaurant, sales for the restaurant, I changed the concept of the restaurant, and I said, I'm just going to change it for 3 months.
Yeah.
It's called Rosie's. Rosie's Trattoria. Rosie's Rustico.
Okay.
My grandmother's name was Rosie.
Yeah.
I brought all the food back down to authentic Italian.
Sure.
It brought people in. People were into it. Getting takeout, we opened for brunch. I was doing a breakfast pizza, and it wasn't a ton of business, but it was more than what Fascino was generating.
Yeah.
So I said to Mary, I was like, if you're interested in buying it, I was like, why don't you take it over?
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me, transformation was that we would do the next pop-up Gioia Mia.
I see.
And, it was Logan's menu.
Yep.
And we just told people, this is our new pop-up, Gioia Mia. And then
that's how it stayed. It is an amazing restaurant. They've done a
Gioia
tremendous
Mia is an
job.
awesome restaurant.
Yeah.
Mary and Logan put their heart into it.
They really did.
The food is so good, so please get out to Gioia Mia and try it, because they deserve as much business as they can get.
Absolutely,
sure.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's fast forward now.
Yeah.
So,
2.5 years, Ember and Eagle and TillingHouse is open now, and we have gotten huge reviews, rated one of the best in the state.
I mean, Ember and Eagle comes up on my algorithm by all the top influencer dogs all the time.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks to the whole content creation world.
Yeah.
It's definitely a new world for me, because when I grew up as a cook and chef, I got the New York Times every Wednesday. You know what I mean?
When the reviews would come out?
When the reviews come out, I was so obsessed with that. And, reviews are important, but the content creation is taking over.
It's a whole different ballgame now.
Yeah.
It really is. You have one of these, we mentioned Tipsy Critic.
Yep.
I mean,
Kyle's videos are great.
Yep.
He's got a sexy voice. Come on, we know this.
Listen up. Stay tipsy.
But all of them are just, Meg's got a huge following.
Huge.
Eric
Hammer.
Eric Hammer.
Yeah.
Also, and I had actually Kyle, Tipsy Critic, and Eric Hammer come in.
Oh, they did it together.
They did it together,
yes,
which was super fun.
Boys, where was my invite?
Well, we're going to get you and Kyle to do a pizza one.
Yes, we are.
Ember and Eagle's now open on Fridays for lunch, and we serve pizza for lunch. Hence, new location coming.
Yes, hence, yeah. Okay, so now we are sitting, as we said in the beginning, in Jersey City.
Yes.
Right on the water. I mean, you can't ask for a more picture-perfect day, by the way.
Yeah.
And this is the most gorgeous event space, and I'm watching people having,
busy
I guess
lunch.
Yeah, I guess, are they all working here? Like, they all work in Jersey City?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people who come here, like, as a destination, like, but, you know, anyone you see that's got a dress shirt, blouse, they're coming from right across the street.
Amazing.
You know, or within, like, a quarter mile of a radius, because this is a financial district.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then, at 5 o'clock, the bar is packed. Happy hour is packed. Yeah.
And by the way, that's the most beautiful bar.
It's a special bar for sure. I mean, it's got to be 30 feet long.
And the wine room, I'm just saying to anybody who knows me and knows how much I love wine, I'm having a private dinner there one day. It's gorgeous.
The wine room can fit 16 people comfortably. A little tight on 18, but we can do it. It's temperature controlled. And then we have the back room, which is the lounge. We can sit up to 100 people.
So for people who have never been here, this is it's a hugely known event space for weddings. They do it all.
Yep.
But it's open for lunch,
corporate
dinner,
events.
when they're not having events.
Yep, brunch.
Oh, brunch too.
If there is a Saturday or Sunday we don't have an event, we immediately open for brunch. We post it on social media that we're open, and we'll do 150,
and I'm
200
sure you
covers.
get booked like that, because on a beautiful spring day, who doesn't want to sit here?
Yep.
Like, are you doing a Mother's Day brunch?
Yes.
Yeah.
We will be open for Mother's Day, for lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Or brunch and dinner.
Yeah.
And definitely get reservations on Resi, because they're booking up quick.
This is coming out after Mother's Day,
okay.
so happy Mother's Day to everyone. I hope you had a good day.
Happy Mother's Day, moms.
And I hope you ate here.
And then we're also doing a buffet in the back as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the new space.
Yes. Yes. So we have a 4,700 square foot space on the pier right in front of Battello. Is an old boat garage.
It's very cool.
Yes, I walked Heidi through it, and we're excited. We're scared. Let's be very clear.
Do you still get that feeling when you say you're scared?
Always.
Really?
You have to be. I mean,
good. No, you should.
And on top of it, I am opening a pizza restaurant in the city that one of the best pizza restaurants. Shout out to Dan.
I was
at
gonna say
Raza.
Raza, of course.
You know,
yeah.
It's scary.
Is it the same style pizza?
I mean, I don't know what he I actually am not sure what he calls his style of pizza.
Yeah.
I like to say my pizza's neo-Neapolitan.
I think his is Neapolitan, so he doesn't have the neo.
I wouldn't say that his is
I don't know. I've never been yet.
Because Neapolitan is very soft and very fragile.
Yeah.
His pizza's definitely not.
He started at Artie's, I think, right?
Well, he was one of the owners of
at
Artie's.
Arturo's.
Yeah, Arturo's.
Yeah.
They parted ways. He opened up Raza.
Yeah.
But you know, Barchino is going to be a Neapolitan pizza, a cross between a Neapolitan and a tavern pie. It's going to have a really nice chew to it, little crunch.
Love
it's going to be about 12 to 13 inches.
Amazing. So that's a personal pie in my world.
I wouldn't say that. It's a pretty big pie.
Well, what's a normal size pie?
Well, I'll tell you why we don't want it to be a personal pie.
Yeah.
We're going to be serving incredible shared plates, beautiful Italian salads, and panuzzos.
So you're going to want people to order. The vision.
The vision is to share.
To share. So
Yes.
you get a few pies. I'm going to get a white pie. We're going to get a red pie, I guess is what you call it,
Rosso.
right? Rosso pie. And then we're going to get a whole bunch of...
shared plates.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Did you make my reservation yet?
we have your back when the
Thank
time
you.
comes.
Thank you.
We're hoping for a September opening. Fingers crossed.
That's what I said, my birthday.
It's under construction. We're going to shoot for September 23rd, Heidi's birthday.
That's right, baby.
Or my anniversary, the 28th.
That's more important.
But we'll see. But we're very excited. We have a Mariforni pizza oven that'll be right
Is that
outside.
one of those big...
It's a very big, beautiful oven.
Does it have Barchino on it?
No, we're going to keep it like a charcoal color.
Okay.
You know, but it's going to be a gas oven with wood assist. So we'll definitely get that wood flavor.
Amazing.
And we're also going to be serving panuzzos, which is it is a folded pizza sandwich.
Okay.
So you bake the pizza at half moon. Outside gets crispy and chewy. The inside is a little undercooked, and then you stuff it. And then typically it's
is
not
it like
pressed.
a calzone?
Yeah, but calzones are closed off.
Yeah.
So
this is not closed off?
No.
Okay.
You stuff it after it gets baked, and then we're going to probably throw it in a panini machine and press it a little bit.
Nice.
I'm still playing with the idea of
Yeah.
either a panini machine or popping it back into the oven. But panuzzo.
That's the R&D for RD.
Exactly. You've learned.
I'm on it. Yeah. So that's incredible.
Yes.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. So we'll have 3 locations, and they will be the hub of our hospitality group for now.
So is there a name to the hospitality group?
JCR Hospitality, Joe, Cory, Ryan Hospitality.
Okay.
We operate Battello, Ember and Eagle, TillingHouse, and Barchino. And don't forget, even though we closed Kitchen Step in Jersey City, we have a branding deal at Newark Airport. You didn't know this?
No, I didn't know this.
We have a Kitchen Step, and it's the biggest restaurant in Terminal A.
That's
in
amazing.
Newark
I did
Airport.
not know that. I'm
But we don't
flying
operate
out
it.
on Saturday, so maybe I'm Terminal A. Going
Where
to
are you flying
Florida.
to?
Florida.
Sometimes. Maybe.
Sometimes,
Depends.
yeah.
Depends. If you are,
Yeah.
you go end of the Hammerhead. There is a tree coming out of the bar.
Yeah.
And that is Kitchen Step.
Wow, I didn't
It is
know that.
all of my recipes, our concept, and it's been there since Terminal A has opened 3 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you do, so you were saying earlier that you were going to, are you going to Florence in May?
So this Sunday I'm going to Costa Rica for 7 days with my family. I'm doing a collaborative dinner
Wow.
with Gilberto Fascino, who has a farm, a food lab, a cafe on the beach, a catering company, and a YouTube channel.
Wow.
The guy is a beyond
machine.
an overachiever.
Yeah.
I'm honored that I'm going to be cooking with him side by side on our trip. We're going to have a video that he'll be posting on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm staying at Villa El Caso, which is an incredible 10-bedroom house in Playa Flamingo, which is in Guanacaste. And it's just this incredible house that's 5 minutes from the beach in the jungle.
That's insane.
And then in May, I'm going to Italy twice. I'm going to Rome, Umbria, and Tuscany for an R&D trip with my partner Cory and Roberto Scarpati, which is one of our head wine distributors.
Are you going to Antinori?
So Roberto's got the whole itinerary.
Okay. That's the only, of course, because it's Ignanello that
I'm not
obsessed
sure.
with. Yeah.
We usually go to a little more boutique-y wineries.
Of course.
We're
That's
gonna
like the Camus of Italy.
Yeah, we're going to eat a lot of pizza for sure. And then I'm home for like 8 days, and I already had a trip planned with my wife and my brother and sister-in-law to Italy for like 8 days.
But that's vacation.
That's vacation.
Okay.
But I mean,
We still do R&D.
We still do R&D while
Yeah.
we're on vacation. Yes.
So looking back on everything, was this the vision?
I mean, it was. I say yes, but like, I don't know if I knew it'd come true.
Yeah.
But yes, I wanted to be a big name chef. I wanted to have multiple locations. That probably had to do with the ADD, meaning that I did not want to sit at one space cooking
Of course.
all day at one space.
Yeah.
I need to move around. I am a mover and a shaker. I was a hustler in high school. My uncle was a printer, and there was a huge gambling scandal. What am I saying? Gambling
scam.
Scandal. Sorry.
Gambling
Oh my God, I can't
scandal.
say it.
Yeah.
Gambling scandal in Nutley when I was in high school, and I wanted to have T-shirts made with the dice hanging off of the helmet and saying, some kind of wise ass comment
Yep.
about that. I wanted to sell it at the high school to
course.
make money.
Yeah.
And my uncle was like, "This is a genius idea, but your father will fucking kill me." And he's like, and at that very point, he said, "I knew I never needed to worry about
Yeah.
you being a troublemaker
It's in
because
you.
you had the hustler's heart."
Well, you're using that hustle heart for good now
Yes,
instead
for
of
now.
right. I mean, but that's okay. I mean, that's how we evolve.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I was going with that. So yeah, I say I wanted to be known for cooking. always loved the idea of celebrity chef, which I always am working on. I mean, you see that I post cooking videos
Yes,
and
of
stuff.
course.
I don't have a lot of time to do as much as I should.
You're on Fox. I saw you on Fox.
I was on Fox. I was on the Today Show like 10 times between 2003.
Food Network. I've seen you on too.
Yep, Beat Bobby Flay, Chopped, a bunch of those things.
Do you like doing the competition stuff?
I do. I get
Yeah.
nervous, but I feel like when I'm on it, I thrive.
Yeah. What'd you cook for Beat Bobby Flay?
So they do. My cooking is like more like modern and like market driven.
Yeah.
And they don't want you to do that. They want you to do a household name dish.
Yeah, like a burger or a...
Yeah. So mine was ricotta and gnocchi, and then they were like, "Oh, we've done a gnocchi too much," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, this was after, maybe it was during Barchino. I had chicken cacciatore on the menu, and I love that dish.
Yeah.
And I did chicken cacciatore, and I crushed it, but I didn't win. He beat me.
Oh, but at least you got to that round.
I got to the round with
Okay,
Bobby.
yeah.
And I had a blast.
Yeah.
I had a blast.
How'd you do on Chopped?
Chopped, I made it to the last, but didn't win.
Yep. Still fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I honestly don't care that I didn't win. I did another show that actually never aired. It was called Chef Marks the Spot. It was a pilot, and I won. And of course, it didn't. I won $10,000.
Oh my God, good for you. Did you get the money?
Oh yeah, they paid you.
That's
It was part
good,
of. It was part of the pilot.
Was
They
it
took
Food
you-
Network?
It was Food Network. David Rosengarten was one of the judges, and the idea was that they take you to a secret location, and you have to find ingredients, and then cook them after you find them. And they took me on a helicopter to Madison. What's the college in Madison? Is it Madison University?
In Madison,
New Jersey.
Oh, not Fair. Fairleigh Dickinson. No, Drew.
Took me to
University,
Drew,
yeah.
and I had to like run through like the campus and go into people's dorms and take food and.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's funny.
And then when I got to the auditorium, they had kitchens set up, or the gymnasium, and we cooked,
That's wild.
and I won, and it didn't get picked up.
Well, you're a winner in my books.
Thank you.
Okay, so in conclusion,
Yes.
Ryan DePersio, you are a celebrity chef. You're shaking your head. But no, I'm serious. I'm sitting here with you today because you are, in my opinion, a big deal, especially where we're from here in Jersey, right?
Thank you.
So like I said, a hub for other chefs to learn and then to grow and then to go,
Yes.
right?
I do love talking to young chefs because I do get like messages from chefs that work cooks that from other restaurants, and they'll ask me like, what do I got to do? And for me, I say like, number one, you need to definitely never quit.
Yeah.
But I truly believe that a part of this is being lucky and meeting the right people that will take a chance on you. We didn't even get into the story of like why I'm partners with Cory Checket here at Battello.
Would you want to get into it?
I can make it really quick, but like Cory and I met through my friend Clay, who owns a winery out in Healdsburg, California, who I met in Paris.
Oh, that's so funny.
Another story.
Yeah.
Clay and I met. We sat next to each other at a restaurant in Paris, an Alain Ducasse restaurant, and he was with his very good friend Ian, and I became friends with them because I sat next to them. We had dinner together, talked about our dreams. Clay's like, I want to open up my own winery. I'm like, I want to open up my own restaurant. And we stayed friends, and now 25 years later, we've done dozens of dinners together in California, Utah, Oregon.
I saw that. You do like wine dinners, right?
Yep. We do dinners for charities, and Clay and I have just been really close friends for like I said, over 25 years. He comes and does wine dinners with us at our restaurants.
Yeah.
So Clay met
That's
Cory.
why you like a Pinot Noir.
Yes.
Yes.
Clay and I met through Clay. Cory and I met through Clay. Clay was doing a dinner at Fascino. Cory came to the dinner. We met, became friends. Cory was a bar manager in Hoboken. I started visiting him. He came to Barchino one night. He loved his meal, called me. I went to the table, and he's like, I have a space in Jersey City I need you to see.
And it was this space?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And we became partners. And that was 15 and a half.
JRC, JCR.
Yep. And
Hospitality
Cory brought
Cuisine.
Joe in. And Joe's from Nutley, too.
Oh,
But
really?
we didn't know each other. He was younger than me. And but Cory knew Joe really well. I brought Dominique in, who's the head event planner. We've all been here 14 years. Joe and Cory, Joe and Dominique are now married with little boy Santino.
That's amazing.
And we're one big happy
family.
Disorganized. Oh, wait, no, what is it? Chaotic and
Dysfunctional. Yes.
But
we all got them and we all love them.
Yeah.
But that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, it's not luck. You make your own luck. If you didn't have the
There's
personality to talk to somebody who's next to you, I could do that. You can do that. Everybody can do that.
It's funny. We were at the Chefs Who Care just 2 nights ago at the Addison Park, and my partner Cory swung through for a little bit. And the next day I said, "You didn't say goodbye to me." He goes, "You don't stop talking. You literally talk to every person that walked by the table."
Yep.
And it's true. You know, I really enjoy talking to people. I really enjoy getting to know people.
Yeah.
And it helps. It's not just about the cooking and the hospitality, which is super important, but people get to know you and they love you.
Yeah.
They want to come to your restaurant. They want to make that a destination, even if they live farther than 10 miles. Because the truth is, the success of your business is the people that come within a 10-mile radius.
When I meet all the chefs, including yourself, I will go anywhere.
Yeah.
I will go anywhere because to me, it's your talent, it's your passion. You can see it.
Yeah.
But I also like you. You know what I'm saying? So it's the least I can do to support that.
Yes.
You know?
For sure.
It's amazing.
Sure.
Well, Ryan DePersio, Chef RD, this has been amazing.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I'm like, honestly,
Good timing. It's hot.
It's hot. It's still beautiful, but it's hot.
I do have a little surprise for you.
Oh.
I would have to take you to the surprise.
Okay.
But I need a few minutes, so we can end it here.
Okay.
But you may want to bring your camera with you.
I'm going to bring my camera. That sounds so exciting. All right, well, let me end on this. Now I'm excited. I was excited. I'm even more excited. But honestly, continue, the energy you have, you can see 23 years later, it's still in you. You can see, even saying that you're nervous about the new space is exactly how you know you're still in it.
100%.
And if you lose that, you lose your passion, you lose the motivation, you lose all of it. So
no doubt.
Whatever you've going on, keep going, my man.
Thank you. Don't forget to follow me at chef_RD.
Oh, trust me, I plug away. That's what this is about. It's not about me, it's about you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honestly, it was a pleasure, and I can't wait to see my surprise.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
If you are hearing this message, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm truly grateful for you and this opportunity. The purpose of the Behind the Counter podcast is to bring food, people, and community together. I hope you'll return for more episodes and explore with me. I want to personally thank Fran Linnell of Design 68 for my amazing Behind the Counter podcast logo, and Travis Lohenberg for my awesome Behind the Counter music, and all the guests that take their time to sit and talk with me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you hear your podcasts. If you'd like to support the Behind the Counter podcast, please subscribe, share with your friends and family, and you can follow me on Instagram at Heidi Blum. If you have any feedback or stories that you want to share, you can email me at foodsarbtc@gmail.com.